All right, Claire, thank you so much for putting yourself out there for our veteran job seekers. Like we said at Veteran Hiring Solutions, people don't follow companies, they follow leaders. So, as the COO for Wild West Systems, could you introduce yourself to the audience? Tell us a little bit about your background and why you're at Wild West.
Yeah, so like you said, my name is Claire Hawkins, COO of Wild West Systems. I've been with the company since June of 2025, which was shortly after the company started. My background has been primarily in aerospace and defense. I started my career, so I have a engineering background, mechanical and aerospace engineering background. Went to Northrop Grumman
Mm.
for about a year, and then went to Raytheon Missile Systems in Tucson, where I got to work on a lot of fun missiles there, and did a short stint at a startup. That's how I got my first experience at a startup until they were bought out, and then I went to Firefly Aerospace as an even earlier startup, and that's where I actually really learned my love and passion for the startup culture.
Mhm.
Um, and now I'm here at Wild West Systems.
Yeah, going from the big machine of Northrop Grumman and Raytheon to, a year old, less than 2 year old company that's scrappy, pivoting and moving, and just the energy of a young company must be fun.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be honest, when I was at Northrop Grumman, I was extremely bored, um, and I remember telling my boss that when I was leaving because he was trying to keep me there. And I said, I'll be honest, I'm pretty bored and I want something that challenges me more. And so I went to Raytheon, and I would say it was slightly better, but still the same,
Big
where I had
machine.
to just, yeah, it was the big machine, something that I wanted to solve that was so simple and I could do overnight if I wanted to. Still took 6 months to go through all the bureaucracy and, approvals and everything like that. And it wasn't really until I got to Firefly that I said, okay, this is what I've been looking for.
Hmm.
The dream I always had as a young engineer was that I wanted to kind of own everything. So I wanted to be able to come up with the idea. I wanted to be able to create it in the system or, in CAD. And then I wanted to be able to build it and test it and then iterate and learn from what I did and just
Hmm.
make something that way. And that's what you get when you come to Wild West Systems. When you come to a startup like us, you really get to own the whole thing, which is, I think, what every engineer really wants. And
Hmm.
so we have right behind me is where we do our first production line, and then over here on the other side of me we have our machines that are our CNC machines and 3D printers and everything, and then on
Hmm.
the other side of that wall is our office. So everybody's very close. Literally, you can walk around the corner and be in the shop and make stuff happen and test things. And just earlier today, there was a bunch of static fire of the rocket motors here in the
Oh,
shop.
cool.
So it's a lot of
Yeah, I
fun.
mean,
Like,
for
you get
somebody
to
that
see
wants to
everything.
move quickly, somebody
Yeah,
that has that ownership like you, hey, I want to own the whole thing. Oh, this
yeah,
is a
and you
great company
really
to join.
everybody has that passion that you need. You want somebody that's just really cares about what they're doing and is just going to make it happen,
Mhm.
and they just have that thing where they have that itch where they can't stop until they figure it out, and that's really what you need here at Wild West Systems.
Hey, as an entrepreneur myself, I know exactly what you're talking about. The that
Yeah,
it's in the back of your head all the time, and it's just a passion that it's not work, right? It's a passion, and you're just enjoying the creation of the and creating those new opportunities, systems, whatever it might be. Thank you so much for the overview and your background and why you're at Wild West Systems. Now I want to talk about what's a really exciting role, Warhead and Energetics Lead for Wild West. Walk through that position, what they're going to be doing, and they're pretty much owning this whole system too. So could you please walk through the position?
yeah, thank you. This role is super exciting for multiple reasons. One, we have a bunch of super smart engineers here, some people that are considered the best in the world, right? But none of us have that background in energetics or warheads. So this role is really going to take full ownership. When I talk about full ownership in other roles, that's usually for a part of the puzzle. You get to own it from beginning to the end. This role
Wow.
really gets to own everything about energetics, building out warheads. You'll have to come up with what material you're going to use. You're going to have to make sure that it actually is going to work. That um, go out and do testing and make sure that the fragments actually go in the right direction and that we're actually spraying the correct areas. You'll actually be in charge of the safety part of it and building out our test range. So we have land where we do all our testing that we call the range, and you'll have to make sure that whatever we're doing out there is fully safe, that we have procedures, processes to make sure that nothing goes wrong. But really, this is a complete full ownership. So we want somebody that's very confident, that knows what they're doing, has the background in it, and that we can pretty much just hand the reins over to and just say, hey, tell us what we need to do. Because like I mentioned, we all have our specialties, but this person's going to have this specialty.
All right. So this isn't one of those roles where it's, hey, come on in, we'll train you, we'll get you up. It's like, no, you come here and help us.
You're training us.
Yeah. We're looking for you to be the one to come help teach us.
Exactly.
That's great. And again, if this is your passion, doing this is, you like to tinker with this stuff at night, and it's kind of what you do.
I mean, who doesn't love blowing stuff up? I have an 8-year-old, and he's all about blowing stuff up and making fires and everything else.
Yep.
It's most people's dream in life to be able to legally and get paid to go blow stuff up, right? So this is exactly what that is. And this person could also support if they have any solid motor propulsion experience of coming up with different ways to make the chemicals burn, adding any additives, things like that. More than welcome, but the main focus is the actual warhead of the missile, blowing up the bad guys.
Wow. If I had that experience, that would be my dream job. If I could just go out there and let's do this and blow something up and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's my assumption that the right human's going to know exactly that it's them, right? Because this is so technical. Either you know it or you don't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're more focused on the iteration side. Like I said, explosives, you really need to be safe with them. But we're not looking for somebody that's just going to sit there and calculate forever and try to get the perfect thing before they go out and test. We're looking for somebody that can say, hey, these are the things that exist. Let's test them out. Let's see if they actually do what we need to do. Change the form factor, change whatever you need to do, but iterate quickly. Go out, test it. Go out, test it. Come up with a new idea, go out and test it. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. So somebody, if you're over at one of the big government contractors doing this type of work and you're frustrated with the speed of evolution, here's where you want to be. Here's where you want to be.
If you're like me and worked for some of those big primes and you're just feeling like, I can do more. I know I can do more. I know I can have more responsibility. I hate the bureaucracy, all those types of things.
Yeah.
This is really the place, because startups, that's where you get to go have fun and iterate and break things quickly. You know what I mean? And so if you're feeling that way, this is the place to be.
I'll tell you, with what's going on in the world right now, if you have this skill set, you're probably wanting to make an impact in the world, and this is the place to do it. 100%.
You're exactly right. So think about the war currently going on, and the biggest thing that they're nervous about are these fixed wing drones that they can launch from super far away and go just ram into stuff. What we're doing takes those out.
Yeah.
This specific role is very critical in making sure that we're taking those things out. Obviously, there's multiple things in there that have to work, but what's more important than the part that actually blows up and takes out the drone?
Yeah.
Right?
And this is the future of warfare. We're seeing it live. I have everything I need to go get that right human. I'll send this video to him, and when I find that right person, we'll deliver them to you. I just want to say thank you so much for putting yourself out there.
Awesome. Thank you.